Good afternoon, YouTube. It's your man, all the way George Page, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, as you know, I quite often talk about women in MMA and how well developed they are. I have my list of the most buff women in MMA. So I decided to do another list of the most genetically gifted women of MMA. Women who just have just put on some great muscle. They don't put on a lot of muscle, but just have great muscle. I mean, and like I said, I'm a fan of female muscle. You know, I have quite a lot of female bodybuilding content on my channel, and many of my fans love my talk about female bodybuilding. But I just want to talk about how some of these women just have amazing genetics and just great set of muscles, and just their body's just amazing. Now, the first start off with I have here is Felix Herrick. Now, the other day I spoke about Felix. She just had surgery on her knee a few days ago, and she's recovering. Niece was out for most of the last couple of years because of her knee issues, and she just made her return this year when she faced Vernon Generoba, but she lost. But Felice has an amazing body. I've talked about it before. It's very fit. She also, while she was competing in MMA, she also competed as a bikini competitor. Now, bikini is a very more popular division in bodybuilding. It's mostly girls in bikinis. They don't have many poses, and most quite often their breasts are huge. But Felice, she competed in bikini, but she never had really big breasts. Most times she padded a little bit, but she still had a great shape. And just Denise, Felice just has some amazing muscles. Look at her abs, her arms, her quads. I mean, not as big, but she's genetically gifted. She has a great body. Her fighting's not that good. I'm not a big fan of her as a fighter, but I'm more fan of her as maybe a future, maybe competing figure, which is bikini, but a little bit more muscle. Because if you know anything, if I say about figure works between two divisions. That's between fitness and physique. It was a offset created from fitness because the women didn't want to jump around and sweat so much, and they just wanted to be in bikinis and high heels. And they are not big enough to be in figure, but quite a few in physique. But quite a few figure models have jumped from figure to physique. And I think, if Felice's future in MMA is short, she might really consider think about doing figure or as a future. Next up here is Jeannie Frey. Well, I'm not a big fan of Jeannie Frey. Her comment she made about Mina Gunnison after their fight a couple of years ago, calling she was smelling whatever, was just very disrespectful. But Jen has a great body, great muscular development, amazing abs. Look at her arms, look at her legs. I mean, she's small. She knows she fights at a weight, and now she went up to straw. But if she really thinks about it, she can have a real future in fitness. Now, right now, she just lost a fight against Rumo Labunke, and Labunke killed out with those elbow strikes and that Muay Thai. She just couldn't handle it. And I think she should have stuck in the Invicta for a little longer. I know she got stripped of the title because she came in overweight for the fight against Ashley Cummins this year. But she should have just stick back in Invicta and fight there for a little longer. And maybe if Invicta had opened up a 105 division, that would have been a good move for her. But no, she's not ready for 125, 115, I mean. But she has an amazing body, great muscle development. I think she could, if you think about it, if she's getting tired of MMA, then switch over to fitness. Figure probably better for her. I'm not sure. Bikini, she's a little too muscular for bikini. She might have to come in softer, and also she has to get breast implants. But that's up to her. Next up is the tiny tornado, Tecia Torres. You know Tecia, she's one of the, like Felice, she's one of the original OGs that started in Tough for when they started the strawweight division for the UFC. And for one point, she was on a 4-fight losing streak. She lost to Jessica Andrade, beat her up. I think also Weili Zhang beat her up. Then she had a bounce back when she beat the former Invicta 115 champion, Brianna de Bull Van Buren. Now, as you know, Tecia is the fiance of Raquel Pennington. Don't call her Rocky. I do not call her Rocky. I never do. I slip every now and then, but I gotta fight that because the fact that she lost the right to be called Rocky when she said I was done on the stool against a fight against Amanda Nunes. That's not Rocky. Tanisha Timmons is Rocky. Yo, Rocky, yo, Tanisha. But anyway, Tecia has a great body. And I think she is amazing. She look at her arms, look at her abs. She can compete. I think she's about maybe 5 feet, 5'1". And she be, some people might say she might be too small for like physique, but she can probably do physique or maybe figure. She might need to put on maybe a few more pounds of muscles. And being a fighter, you have to come down a certain weight, and she probably can make the weight class for that sport. And the thing about Tecia, she has a master's degree. She's a very smart, intelligent person. It takes a long time to get a master's degree. I mean, you gotta take the 4 years of just regular college, and then the 2 or 3 more years after that. And that's really committed, especially being an MMA fighter. But I think she has a future in a sport like bodybuilding. If she ever think about leaving out of MMA, and I'm surprised she ain't fighting soon, because right now she's had a fight with the bully of what is about a few months back, and I'm surprised they didn't get her another fight yet. I think most likely there's gonna be a fight between her and Michelle Waterson. I think that's it. Especially if Michelle want to climb back up after a loss against um, Joanna Jacek and a couple of losses she took, and she did beat barely. Well, to me, she barely beat Angela Hill, but there's a possibility for Teach to climb up and for Michelle to climb up. They're probably gonna have to face each other. This is Akilah Ahmed, and she is a 145er, a true 145er. She needs to be, personally, she needs to be in the UFC. Right now, Akilah has not fought since she fought Felicia Spencer. That's been almost 2 years ago, back in Invicta. And she's been out of the scene for a while. I don't know, personal reasons or whatever, but I'm wondering why she's not fighting Invicta yet. She should be ready to fight. If not, why hasn't the UFC recruited her? But we all know the UFC are not big supporters of women of color. Most definitely black women. Akilah has a great body, amazing. Look at her arms, look at her shoulders, look at her abdominals. I mean, I could see her competing as a physique competitor. She has the muscle. She need even put on maybe 10 more pounds. She could be a pure bodybuilder. I mean, I can see her a future in that. She has a great body. And as I said, your boy loves the chocolate female bodybuilders. I love my black female bodybuilders. I have a love for them. I just loved how beautiful, muscle look on a beautiful black body, especially a woman. And I think if she thinks about coming back to MMA, that's be good. That's cool. That's great. But I think she has a future in bodybuilding if there's nothing else to do. So next up is Claudia Gadelha. And your question is, why Claudia's not high on the list? Well, her past two fights, Claudia looked a little heavier. And Claudia made me think about going to 125. I mean, she's still making 115, but even for 115, she looks pretty heavy. But one thing I like about Claudia, she is genetically hurt. She has the greatest set of abs I've seen. Nice set of abs, just wow, bam, bam, bam. And she's very attractive. She has a fans OnlyFans page where she don't do too much stuff, just a lot of workout stuff, some cupcake pictures, something like that. She often comes on IG. Now she posted that fought Yan Shannon, but she's pulled out because of an injury. She had a fight a few months ago, was it last year, where she pulled out because of injury. But I think the problem is, I think her body's not. She's getting older now, and it's hard trying to maintain 115. Joanna, she also herself is having problems trying to stay at 115. Both of them richly also have gotten some breast implants, which means they changed their body chemistry in a way. And I think she should rethink about going to 125. 125 can use some more, stars there. Just had Jessica Andrade move up there. And she has a great body. I would say she's very attractive. She has a great body, great set of abs. Or if she don't want to, hey, she can always compete in figure and do bikini. I mean, she has the boobs now. She has the body. She has the look. She's very sexy. I think she would fit there. That's why I often tell if you're not going to do it, if you're not doing anything else, hey, you still can work out, put on a little muscle, not too much muscle, but enough. But I see her as maybe as a figure or a bikini model. Next up is Patricia Young, aka the Nigerian Nightmare. I'm a big fan of hers. I just did a video a while ago where she just joined my channel. My man Coach had done an interview with her. I want to maybe get one. Like I said, I got some stuff working on my computer's been acting up a lot lately. I got some work I want to do. I want to get back with her, maybe do an interview with her and a couple other female bodybuilders. But she has an amazing body. I watched a video of her against a girl named Cynthia, a fighter she fought and she ended with a draw. But then this fight was at the Rage of the Cage, and she knocked her out in the second round. And she has an amazing body. Her body is very muscular, just genetically gifted muscle. And, she could be compared to, I would say, let's call her, like we call Tatiana Suarez the Lady Khabib. Let's call her the Lady Kamaru Usman. I mean, she's Nigerian just like Kamaru, like Usman. And I think she has an amazing body. Just great, unbelievable delts, abdominals, her shoulders, her arms. She's just genetic muscle, meaning that she don't have to put on as much. She just maybe don't even have to work as hard. But I've seen her train. She has an amazing body. She hasn't fought since she fought in LFA. That's been like about a year or more. She's still training, and she needs to be picked up. I mean, if Victor can pick her up, put on the strawweight division, UFC can pick her up, put on the strawweight division. I mean, they need more, especially especially women of color, my sisters, give them more opportunities. Don't just because you want to be ingratiate yourself on the white fanboy base. The black base is growing too. More black people are watching MMA. Yes, you still have people who are boxing fans who many are black, but you want to get more of the black fan base, bringing women they like to see, and she is the one she needs to come in. She needs to fight Invicta for a little bit, see how she does, and if she does pretty good, then offer a spot in the UFC. Here is Alexandra Albu. Now, I talked about Alexandra before. She is a former UFC fighter out of Russia. She lost fat. She last fat last year. I think she started out, she was 2-3 in the UFC. Was it 3 or 2? It was 3-2, one of them. But she hasn't fought in a while. She has a background as a personal trainer. She has done also bodybuilding competitions, and also she's done CrossFit. I'm going to talk about CrossFit. That's another sport I need to talk about one day. Quite a few women who are like bodybuilders, former bodybuilders, and other athletes compete in CrossFit. And she has an amazing body. I've posted a video about her. You should check it out in my channel. I mean, she's attractive, great body. She probably still competes in figure or maybe a physique. Either figure or physique is one of the two. She doesn't have breast implants, but she has great natural muscle. She's not been busted on any, before I say this, a lot of these women, you never heard them being busted on any kind of steroid or EPOs or anything like that. If they was taking them, they would have been busted a long time ago. There's been several fighters been caught for taking these drugs, but she has not. And she has a great body, and it's amazing. Here is Mandy Pope. Now, Mandy Pope is the fighter. She's fought in a couple of companies, such as LFA and also Bellator. One of her most famous opponents was Mackenzie Dern. They fought in 125 back in LFA about 3 or 4 years ago. And I remember when they were doing the showdown, I was watching a video, and doing the showdown, you could see that people thought that Mandy was going to beat Mackenzie. Now, she came in like just muscle, just built, just definition. And, Mackenzie looked like a regular girl from, a little thick. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of Mackenzie Dern, but she got a bad body. Ain't gonna lie, she's thick. And Mandy lost the fight by rear naked choke submission. And we all know that Mackenzie is just the master of BJJ. We see what happened with Miranda Marcos just about a couple of weeks ago. But Mandy has a great body, amazing shape. She competes also as a figure competitor. As I said again, figure is one step from physique and 2 steps down from female bodybuilding. But right now, I follow her on Facebook. I asked her if she's right now training. She is training. She's down in South Florida training. I think she's mostly training for her MMA. I don't think she's not going to do too much bodybuilding because, as you know, the bodybuilding season has been pretty much shut down. A lot of shows have been closed. But Mandy has an amazing body. I would say check her out. Her record's not so good, but she has that look, great body, great shape. I think if she really works on her skills, her striking, her BJJ, everything else, she could be a real threat. I'm surprised she didn't get recruited, but I think what it is, she's too muscular for the taste for certain organizations like the UFC or Invicta. But she's an amazing body. And last but not least, one of my favorites, Liz Gorilla Carmouche. And the reason I put Liz in top one because she really was the one to get my attention. Liz fought, like about 5 years ago, she fought Ronda Rousey for the bantamweight title. And just seeing her muscles and her body, she just looks so amazing. Many of the girls who were fighting back in the UFC early days wasn't that muscular, but Liz was. As you know, Liz is a former Marine. And she got in the UFC a few years ago. Now, notable that Liz's record is pretty notable. She fought fighters like Mackenzie Dern twice. Not Mackenzie Dern, I mean Alexa Davis twice. She fought Randall for the title. And also, she's one of the few fighters to have a win over the Bullet Valentina Shevchenko, even though it was a referee stoppage. Like Vin Diesel said, a win is a win. So, but right now, after her fight with Valentina, when she lost, UFC did her dirty and cut her. And now she's over at Bellator. She just beat up Deanna Bennett, who left Invicta to Bellator about a month ago. And there's a good chance that she probably climbed up the ropes to be maybe a next title contender. She's friends with two fighters. Most definitely, she trains with Pearl Gonzalez out of Chicago, and also she trains with Alina Mae McFarland. Now, there's talk that she might want to challenge Lee Malay for the title soon, but she has to get past Julia Aguiago and Denise Kielhos. You gotta get past those two. More likely to probably feed her somebody like Christy Williams and Heather the Heat Harding to get her to climb up. Maybe even Valerie Letourneau. She's been kind of quiet since she lost against Lee Malay McFarland. But Liz has a great body, amazing shape. I'm not too fan of women with a lot of tattoos, but you can see her. Look at her arms. Look at her thighs. Look at her abs. Not as much development in the shoulders, but she has a great body, very muscular, very fit. And being a former Marine, you have to be in shape. I know she probably still runs 6 to 6 a day, and she does a lot of weightlifting and she does a lot of BJJ. But Liz is also, she's competitive. And, maybe, I don't think she might be, but she has potential to be a great physique competitor. Maybe, push a little bit, maybe a bodybuilder. But she has an amazing body, genetically gifted. And, and I said before again, for anybody that comes in here talking about steroids, keep your mouth shut. If they were taking steroids, they would have got busted a long time ago. There's that old saying, there's no way, sometimes there's that same people say, get around a mousetrap. But if these women, these are a long list of women who are here, if they have not got busted for taking steroids and not, now you're going to overlook people like Frank Mir, Brock Lesnar, Jessica Panay, John Jones, Anderson Silva. There have been several other fighters who have taken steroids and been caught. But these ladies here have not been caught. They're just genetically gifted. Great muscle development. And if they wasn't focused on their careers in MMA, I would like to see them compete in the bodybuilding world. It's your man, All the Way George Page. Like, subscribe. Don't like, don't subscribe. I'm out.